Let's freaking shop. Well, hello stackers, hello silverbacks, hello YouTube community. It is May 1st and I hear some of you want to go shopping for silver. Well, what is it we're looking for today? And I'll get back at you with a couple of ground rules, but we're going to go shopping and we're going to pick out some good stuff. Are you looking for dragon coins? Think you might want some pandas, maybe some Britannias, good old constitutional at the lowest premium we can find. Maybe you want to dip your toe, in the hot water and get some 21 Eagles at way over spot. Or maybe just some cheap kookaburras, koalas, maples. That's a good choice. Pretty cheap right now. Or are you going for the bullion? You going for the bars? Going for the really cheap bars? That one's from Istanbul. You going for the fancy bars? These two are from Germania. Some boring old buffaloes at way too much. Maybe some sexy silver. You like the poured variety? You dig that? Nothing wrong with poured silver. It's all for sale, and you get to choose what you want. All right, but first we're going to set some ground rules. All right, before we begin, I want to give you a picture of the beautiful new hot release from the Royal Mint. This is called the Queen's Beasts Completer coin. They have it in silver and gold in multiple sizes. And yes, you guessed it, they are all gone. I was lucky to get a few of these, but not as many as I wanted and not in the sizes I wanted. I wish someone in the community had known about this. Maybe it was a complete secret, but yesterday when I got up bright and early, I saw they were for sale. But they went so fast, it was ridiculous. This will be the hottest coin of the Queen's Beast series. I hope you got some. All right, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Now, you guys know that I like collector coins, right? All right, so forgive me for that. But we're going to focus on bullion and stuff that is pretty close to spot rather than stuff that's $100 over spot. All right, that's just the focus today. Our goal is to buy 100 ounces of silver, but first the ground rules. Okay, and this is in deference to the YouTube community who has been advising everyone, especially new stackers, don't get in over your head. I totally agree with that. So let's start. If you are going to buy 100 ounces of silver, if you're going to spend $3,000, well, in my opinion, you need to have about $30,000 in liquid assets, whether that's in the bank or in your 401k or other places you can get to readily, not in your home. If you have about $30,000 in total liquid assets or more, feel free to buy 100 ounces of silver. You could get it for about $3,000 today, and you will be done. All right, that's a 100-ounce bar I'm talking about at $3,000. But if you don't have that much, if you only have $10,000 in liquid assets, then I would suggest you set your sights on something more like 30 ounces of silver. Or you may want to buy 15 ounces of silver and the equivalent value in gold. You may want to buy anything you want to buy. Don't let anyone tell you what to do. But I do agree with supporting the silverbacks. I do think we should be buying. I think we should be doing so responsibly. All right. And I think we should be looking for bargains that don't blow up in our face later. If you just go out and pay the most you can pay for anything you want, well, that never turns out well. So let's go shopping today and find the best deals on the best types of silver that are good in this environment. Rule number 2, if you're planning to do this on a credit card with thoughts of paying off that credit card later with all of your massive profits, okay, you're going to have to back away. That is not the way to do this. Don't ever buy precious metals on credit cards, period, unless you pay them off within 10 minutes of the purchase, which is what I do. I make the purchase, I go over to my electronic banking, I transfer that amount of money, onto the credit card. I've earned the 1.5 to 3.3% that I earn over on the eBay credit card. And I'm done. I've scored the cash back. I've paid off my credit card before it was due. I don't want to be surprised later. But otherwise, don't buy on credit, okay? And finally, the last group are people where, you're driving around and your car has bald tires, and, your kids need shoes, et cetera, et cetera. You haven't made your alimony payment, whatever that might be. If you're not liquid, all right, if you're not liquid and without a whole bunch of debt, don't do this. This movement is not for you. You're just not quite ready. All right, feel free to tag along. If you want to skip lunch in Starbucks for a week and you want to buy a couple ounces of silver, great. We'll call this a dry run. Right? But otherwise, don't be buying big amounts of silver unless you've got the liquid cash to support it. All right, let's get on to the shopping trip. All right, I'm going to start with good old bullion. Kilos are popular right now. One of the reasons for that is that the metric system is popular in Europe, and we are bringing a lot of silver over here to America from Europe because the demand in America is very, very large. You'll see more and more of the kilo bars, which would not be my first choice. 10-ounce bar is always going to be your best generic choice, or 1-ounce rounds. But sometimes you can creep up to the kilo if there's something special. I think the Germania Mint kilo bars are really, really friggin' special. They're the first in the Germania Mint's Bullion series. They are high quality silver bullion, and they're going to be collectible because they're going to be issuing new versions and new sizes. So think Engelhard, right? Something like that in the day. That's what they're going for. So I've noticed the prices are all over the map for the Engelhard silver. If you're trying to get to 100 ounces, well, this will get you to 32. But you don't want to pay $1,100 for this. $1,100, let's do the math. 1,100 divided by 32 equals $34. Okay, I don't want to pay $34 for this bar. Let's try to find it, $34 an ounce. Let's try to find it cheaper. And we're going to find one of our go-to Monument Metals. Now, Monument Metals will have lower prices. The stock will not be what you always want, but here it is. Okay, the Germania bar, you saw some on my table there. A code, first in the series, 964 for a kilo. That's $3.99. One price, one level pricing. I also like that a lot. So 964 divided by 32. 964 divided by 32. Bang, 30 bucks an ounce. Stop your whining, YouTube. There is all kinds of silver out there. Are you telling me that this is not worth $4 over spot? And furthermore, why does everybody think that that premiums should only be $1 or $2 when the price of silver has doubled? Is that the way anything else in the world works? In other words, the profit margins in the Fortune 500 companies, do they keep the profit the same as the company grows? No, it rises as a percentage of the revenue. So, what used to be a $2 premium, you can very well expect it to be a $3 or a $4 premium today. And that would put this right in the sweet zone, and this bar will sell for 40 bucks an ounce in the not too distant future. Buy all of those that you want, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Monument Metals, Germania Mint kilo silver. Okay, I thought next we would look for maple leafs, the standard coin of Canada, the sister to the American silver eagle, easily the second most collected coin and stacked silver governmental coin in the world. unless the kangaroos are coming close, but I don't think so. I think the maple is still going to well outpace the kangaroos. So I'm going to look for those. I came over here to Silvertown because I wanted to show you, before I get on to shopping for maples, what I picked up this week. I did buy my 100 ounces of silver, but it may not be in the form you think. It was 3 of these Engelhard London kilos. Can you believe that Silvertown had these? And they had a bunch of them. I put that on my Twitter. Some of you took advantage of that and picked up the rest of these. They sold out within about 30 minutes. But great price and really collectible old ingot. But that's not why you're here. They'll be unboxing these in a couple weeks, I imagine. I just wanted to look at the maple leaves. Since we're at Silvertown, let's go take a look at the maple leaves. And here they are. They look real pretty. They don't spot anymore. Don't get the old ones because you'll be disappointed if you do. I mean the really old ones. But here they are, and you can get a maple leaf, $37.81. Okay, so they're out of their mind, right? When you see something like that, you just click out of that website as fast as you can. It's Rip-Off City, and you don't want any part of that. All right, we're over on JM Bullion, and we are doing a little better here. $33.71 for the 21s. See, I don't think I'd buy the 2014s. They spot like crazy. I mean, like crazy. But you want to also avoid as low as. You want single tier pricing. Now for you veterans, many of the retailers, if you tell them that you're a veteran, you can get the as low as pricing. You can get the lowest tier of pricing even when you only buy 1 coin. So vets, be aware of that and always check for veteran pricing anywhere you look. But JM Bullion, I'm going to look for a little better deal, because if we click into this, we'll see if you're only buying a tube, you're going to be paying $34.61. And the lowest price, $33.71. Yeah, so we want to get in the 33s, but you don't want to have to buy 500. All right, we're over on Provident Metals, who has been ruined by the purchase by JM Bullion. Now, you know, JM Bullion, Provident Metals, Silver.com, it's all the same company. You'll see the same pricing and almost all the same products, but Provident Metals is a hollow of itself since they were purchased. Yeah, they're still doing the Egyptian series, but no creativity coming out of Provident Metals, no cool new products, cool new sets. They're basically they were obviously purchased to just take out a circulation. But they do have some other stuff here. While we're here, we can take a look. As low as pricing, 31 on Sunshine minting rounds. Same planchet that is used for the U.S. Eagle, in case you didn't know that. This is a cool new bar, $3,000 for is a pony bar made by Silvertown. I'll tell you now, Silvertown uses inferior silver. In case you don't know that, I used to melt silver. You saw some of that in my box. And Silvertown silver never melted right. And I'm not saying it's below 99.99, but it is on the bottom end of purity. Not my favorite refiner, but you know, nobody else knows that or cares about that. So this is a pretty bar. You could pick that up. You can get that at single tier pricing, $3,000, 100 ounces. I don't know what the other side looks like. Yeah, it's just a cast bar. It ain't no big deal, and I don't even think that'll be that collectible. But that's okay if you want to buy a 100-ounce bar. But we're still looking for maples. All right, we're at Bullion Exchanges, and I'm seeing a price I like. The 2021 maples as low as $32. Let's take a look. All right, and that means, yeah, man, you can get in if you pick up 25 to a tube. I think these tubes come in 25s, yeah. You can get those at $32.70 each. If you pick up 100 ounces, you can get $32.40. There is nothing wrong with this. This is a pure 4/9s coin. It does not spot. It's beautiful with the radial lines. They come in these nice big tubes. Recognizable. And, I don't know what it is today, but usually you could walk into a coin shop and whatever they're paying for silver eagles, they'll probably pay you $1 less for maples. So really good choice. Bullion exchanges got a really good price. The only thing about bullion exchanges is their customer service is terrible. They will take forever to ship it, and they do not give a shit if you contact them. They won't get back to you. They are a pretty awful company, but they've always delivered eventually on anything I've purchased. But I do not generally recommend them. And I actually have an order in dispute with them right now that doesn't seem to be getting delivered, even though they say it's in the mail. But that is a good price. I cannot deny the price on the maples. Let's see if they have any other sale items over here. And I've bought a lot of stuff from bullion exchanges. I'm just saying, don't expect anybody to care if your order doesn't get there right away. All right, we've got, ooh, that's pretty. The Asahi rounds. That's a European round, I believe. $30. That's not bad for generic silver. And it looks like it is a single price. No, it's tiered pricing, so we don't want that. Hold on, and let's see. The Lunars. Gotta tell you guys, I think the Lunars are dead. I don't see any interest in the Lunars. I see lots of discounted pricing. Here we are at 33 a coin for the 2020 mice. There is a maximum mintage of 500,000. Or is it 300,000? I get mixed up. It could be either, but people, I think, are just tired of little furry creatures. And like I was saying, that they'll always sell, and it's a high-quality coin from Perth Mint, but I think the series is dying, so I'd probably make a different choice. All right, we had to get to it eventually, the American Silver Eagle. Let's do a search and see how cheap they get, but they aren't getting cheaper, guys. They're getting more expensive. Here we are at $36.75. U.S. Gold Bureau, never use them. SD Bullion, $37.87. $39 over at APMEX. That may be for the 21s. JM Bullion, we could try them. Let's see. And here we are, $36.71, but that's for multiples. And nothing else here any cheaper. Yeah, the time to be buying these was when I told you to, when they were 33. Okay, when everybody was complaining about premiums because they were, $7 over spot. That was the time to be buying them. These will be $50 coins. I firmly believe the Type 1 is out of production as we speak. They've moved on to producing the Type 2. There may be 11 to 13 million sitting out there, and everybody will want one to match with the 40 million Type 2s that they're going to buy. So I do think they're going to continue going up, but in good conscience, I can't recommend that you pay $37, $36 for a 21 Silver Eagle. If you want to, go ahead. I don't think you'll get hurt, but I liked them a lot better at 35, at 34, at 33, and a lot better at 29. And of course, there's the old days. But I'll tell you a secret. I did not stack Silver Eagles for the first, I don't know, 5 to 7 years of my stacking history. I stacked Libertads. Right? I stacked Libertads, and you all know that. You can see that in my videos. And now I am selling Libertads. I have a bunch, and I'm generally selling them because they are really, really respected, and they've appreciated highly. And if you want to buy libs, well, we can take a look, but let's try to find you a little better deal on the American Silver Eagle, the Type 1. All right, and I know you can place a pre-order for the Type 2 already, and you may want to do that at $20 over spot or something. I don't know what they're charging, but those premiums will definitely come down because they are going to make so many Type 2 Silver Eagles that there'll be one for every person on Earth. All right, that is not collectible, but the Type 1 certainly will be. All right, Silver Gold Bull. No, we're still in that 36.70 range. Any other deals while we're sitting here? Well, how is that a deal at 36.70? Didn't we just see that? Oh, it's even more expensive. Oh, that must have been the random year. Okay, nothing over at Silver Gold Bull. All right, I am over at Gainesville Coins. That is GAINESISVILLE Coins. I always check out the deal page every day at Gainesville Coins. They often have some good deals for people that say there is no, well-priced generic silver. Here we are again. You got this beautiful Morgan bar. It says $2.98. So you might have to pay $3.02 if you're only going to get one. They do add shipping. Okay, so keep that in mind. For something like 10 ounces of silver, you might pay 50 cents an ounce shipping. If you get up to 100 ounces of silver, it might be more like 30 cents shipping. But Gainesville often has some pretty good things in their deals page. Not a lot, usually just about 3 or 4. Here's some gold at 1831, again plus shipping. Random date kangaroos, I love that if you're buying gold. And you know what, guys, if you want to buy gold, you go right ahead and buy gold. Okay, it's a good deal right now. The gold squeeze, the silver squeeze, it's not all that different. So feel free to buy some gold, but we're here to buy silver. I hate the Hunter round. I would never buy that. But I do love this Morgan, and I think there's going to be a lot of the Morgan concept is going to be hot this year. I think any of these 10-ounce Morgan bars you buy, I think you'll be able to sell them for more down the road. So that's Gainesville Coins. I wanted to see what they're charging for American Silver Eagles. And you don't want them slabbed. Hey, stay away from the slabs in all ways, shapes, and forms unless you're a senior level stacker, okay, or a real hardcore collector. They are just out of stock of everything, so nothing at Gainesville. All right, I'm over at Hero Bullion, a nice little new outfit, and sometimes their selection is pretty poor, but sometimes they've got some rockin' deals here. We'll take a look at their constitutional as well. Looking for Silver Eagles. The Krugerrands, I'm not a fan of, but 32 bucks for a Krug. I'm not a big fan of the Krugs. Let's see what else they got here since we're just rambling. The Robin Hood coin, don't like it. Britannias are always good. Maybe that represents the third most popular coin. I'm not quite sure about that after the maple, but you can do the 21 Britannias are lovely and the quality is good, and I don't think they're spotting anymore. Anyway, they put so many of these little wavy lines on there that's hard for it to spot. But they do have a history of spotting, so ask around about that. I like the Aztec bar at 32 bucks. I think those will do well. And here we are with the maples, 32.74. And there's a nice price. Let's see. On the silver 21 Silver Eagle. Oh no. Wow, look at that. Oh, I see. Normally the cash price is on the left. In their case, they put the cash price on the right. So here, if you want to buy 100 of them, 37.24. You got to buy 500 if you want to get in the 36s. So in good conscience, I can't recommend buying that. But if you want to buy some, go right ahead. I do think they'll sell for more down the road. All right, what else do we have? I think I'm getting a little long in the tooth here, but I do want to look at constitutional, and saw an interesting video recently from Silver Seeker, I think. And I don't often watch his video, but he was calling coin shops all around the country and finding out what they were charging the most for. And it was really interesting that as he got into the South, constitutional got more and more expensive. And I'm guessing probably because more people in the South and in rural areas are preppers, rather than, you know, urban stackers like myself. You know, where you are may dictate how much you pay for constitutional or junk. But let's see what Hero Bullion is charging for junk. It is more expensive than I like, but let's take their generic. Let's see, 2362, 2341. Let's go with their generic dimes. I like dimes best if I don't have to pay more for them, because they're smaller, they're divisible, obviously, and in a you know, in a SHTF, the dimes will be more versatile than the quarters and half dollars. And if they give you some mercs in there, well, I always take a merc over a rosy. But let's see, if you were to pick up, now this is face pricing, so one dime, 25 bucks, 25 times face. If you were to pick up 100, a bag of $100, that would be $2,500. Well, that'd be pretty darn close to 100 ounces. But let's see what 25 times face is in terms of amount over spot. 25 times face, and the silver content 0.715. So we do it like this, and you should always do this. 0.715 divided by 25, and I'm sorry, 25 divided by 0.715. And the mercs will have a little more wear than the rosies, so take that into account. Okay, guys, now they're charging you $35 an ounce for constitutional. And if you think that's a deal, you're crazy. All right, constitutional used to go for spot just a couple of years ago, and spot was lower as well. So I would steer way, way clear of constitutional if they're going to charge $35 an ounce. You want to be in the $30 an ounce zone, and I just don't think you're going to find it. When the froth comes off the market, and I've told you this before, constitutional is the first thing for the premiums to crash. People will be dumping it. First it'll be the war nickels, then it'll be the 40% Kennedys, and then it'll be, you know, the quarters, and then they'll come for the dimes, and you won't be able to get your money back. So I do not recommend constitutional at these prices. All right, what else can I tell you? All right, just a parting shot. If you maybe you saw something there you liked, maybe you didn't. Sales tax. Okay, for all the talk about premiums, nobody ever talks about sales tax. And many, many states charge sales tax. My state charges in excess of 8% on any sale under $1,500. That's why you see me making bigger purchases, but not as many. I can't buy the small amounts that I used to from APMEX and other local dealers. There are some dealers that do not charge sales tax. All right, and you're just going to have to fiddle around with who they are. I don't know if it's Hero or Bold or Pinehurst. I can't quite recall. And you can always go to the coin shop in Canada if you're looking for you know, something that makes its way over there. I highly recommend the coin shop, shoppe.ca. They won't charge sales tax. Shipping is reasonable, and they ship it out of New York. So if you see a good deal up there, they won't charge you the sales tax. Otherwise, figure out what the minimum is to purchase in your state and try to purchase that amount. Don't just say sales tax is inevitable, I have to pay it. Find a way not to pay it. If you have to go in with a buddy on a purchase, whatever it is, find a way not to pay the sales tax. If you get that Eagle for 33 bucks and you wind up paying $3 in sales tax that you'll never get back, you know, you haven't done anything good. And those of us who have been stacking for a while, we remember the days when there was no sales tax. You could get credit card rebates. You could get eBay bucks back. You could go buy gift cards and get your silver at 95 cents on the dollar. They're shutting all those loopholes as rapidly as they can. But if you really care about this hobby, you want to do well, you're going to be really, really inquisitive about how to save the most money on your purchase. I'll leave it with that. Okay, silverbacks, YouTube stackers, and everybody in the community, happy May 1st. I don't see any problem with buying today, and I'm not seeing the premiums go any higher than they were the day before. If you clean them out, yep, tomorrow may be a different day. If we don't, we live to fight again. You can't make an impact if you don't move. All right, so do something, buy something, get with the movement. Thank your brothers that are buying silver, and definitely don't throw a wet blanket on them. I respect these people, and I respect the cause, and I'm with you. And I'm going to buy some silver today as well. You guys have a wonderful day. Happy May 1st.